Hello, everybody. This is Dee from Dee's Cute and Crafty, and I am back with another easy fall festive video for you today. I have 3 DIYs that I'm excited to share with you. Again, super easy to do. A lot of it is just from things in my stash. So let's just jump right in. I'm going to be using one of the Dollar Tree wood letters. So I like the one that says Hello Autumn. So we're going to use that. I have just little bits and pieces from my flower stash from my greenery. And then I have, of course, a piece of cardboard. I can't get through a craft without it. Jumbo craft sticks that came from Walmart. I have my Waverly in the color moss. I will be doing some measuring. So I've got my ruler. I have some tumbling tower blocks from Dollar Tree, and I have my fall fabric that I've pulled out, and I just wanted to share it with you guys. I have this beautiful black fabric from Joann's. These two fabrics, the orange ones, came from Dollar Tree, from Crafter Square. The pumpkin one is from Joann's, and I've used it in a video before. And then the one we're using today is also from Crafter Square with the little wagons on it. So we're going to start out by making this piece of cardboard more sturdy. It's a little bit flimsy, but I'm still going to use it. When I get done with it, it will be very strong. So I'm just going to add 2 of the jumbo craft sticks to the back with a little bit of hot glue. That's going to keep it from bowing or trying to bend. You guys, thank you for joining me today. I'm so happy and blessed to have each and every one of you here. To all my new subscribers, welcome to Dee's Cute and Crafty. And to my ride or dies, thank you for coming back. So I took my ruler and I measured about a 1/2 inch border all the way around my piece of cardboard. You don't have to use cardboard. If you have a Dollar Tree sign that kind of looks like this, you could use that as well. But I'm using what I have. And I am going to take my fabric, and yes, you do see me using a glue stick to glue this fabric to the cardboard. I'm using it like Mod Podge. I'm just going to go around the edges on the cardboard, and then I'm going to go around the edges on the actual fabric. And then I'm going to add my tumbling tower blocks to that 1/2 inch space that I left myself. And that's going to keep everything in place because it's going to overlap from the cardboard onto the fabric a little bit. So that's why I wasn't too concerned about using a Mod Podge for this. And Mod Podge probably would have been a little bit messy because the cardboard is so porous. I'm not sure how that would have turned out. And then the hot glue is too lumpy, bumpy when it dries, so I didn't want to use that. This worked perfectly. You guys, I finally found a couple packs of the tumbling tower blocks that not only have the natural color, but also have this brown color, which is perfect because I would have had to stain them using my antique wax because I wanted this border to be dark. So I love that I found these. They're already brown and I didn't have to do the extra step. So I'm taking my little tabletop saw and I picked this up at Harbor Freight, and I'm cutting down the blocks to make them fit because they were too long. So I had to cut a little bit off of the corner pieces. And this is this part all put together, done with it. Now I'm going to take my moss paint and I'm just going to paint my wording. I put it on the fabric and I thought it kind of got lost in all of the things that were going on in the fabric. So I took some of the tumbling tower blocks. I took 4. No, I took 5, I'm sorry, and made a little block to set my wording on so that it pops, it stands out, because I just feel like it got lost in the fabric. I also have my plaster, and if I'm not using plaster by Waverly, I am using the Rust-Oleum Chiffon Cream. I'm just going to give it a dry brush. You could use white as well, just to make it old and rustic like I like to do. Then I'm going to take that and I'm going to use some of the Dollar Tree. It's like, I can't think of, Fix-All. That's what it's called. I'm going to use their Fix-All glue because it reminds me of E6000. And it's a little easier to control as opposed to the hot glue. The hot glue seeps out everywhere and you have to be able to really fast with it or else it starts to dry before you can get it in place. And so with the fix-all, you got a little bit of wiggle room. You've got a little bit of time before it starts to dry, and you don't have to hurry and try to put the paint on the back. You can take your time so it's not as messy. I'm going to take some of my, um, I can't, my last two videos, I got so much in my head, I can't even think. I'm going to take a little bit of this, it's not moss. It is moss. What kind of moss? It's not reindeer moss. It is Spanish moss. Oh my gosh, somebody shoot me now. My brain is fried, you guys. Absolutely fried. There's too much in it. Too much in my head. I'm going to take some of my moss and I'm going to hot glue that down and add a pumpkin on top. Just going to do it kind of sideways. I love dimension. You guys know I do. And I'm just putting down those little wheat pieces and some of the fall colored berries. Some of the fall colored berries, just giving this more cuteness, more dimension. Found a little flower we're going to stick on there. And this sign is just about done. I'm going to add tumbling tower blocks to the back and I'm going to make it a standalone sign. You could add some jute cord to the top and make it a sign that you would hang, or you could just make it a leaner or a shelf setter. However you want to do it is up to you, but I'm going to make mine stand alone. Oh, we're not done. I'm going to make a bow, you guys, apparently. So I have this beautiful fabric that I picked up from Joann Fabrics, and it was the orange buffalo check, or the orange one with the chevron kind of design on it was last season, and then the orange with the sunflowers on it was this season. They have some beautiful ribbon at Joann's, and right now it is 50% off on all of their seasonal, fall, and Halloween ribbon. So I'm just going to make my loops, stack them together, pinch them in the middle, and tie them off with some jute cord. I am fluffing out my little bow right now, and then I'm just going to attach it with a little bit of raffia. I want some of that on there as well. I'm just going to attach it to the top corner. And now she's all done and ready to be displayed. If you guys are enjoying this content, and I truly hope you are, please give it a big fat thumbs up. Share it out with your friends and family. It helps my channel grow. YouTube notices that and they push me out a little bit more, and others can see it as well and hopefully enjoy it too. So thank you so much for that. And here it is. Just a little cute piece to have sitting around for the fall season. Quick and easy to make, and I love it. But it's not my favorite of the three, so stick around. Moving on to DIY number two, you're going to need an egg or an oval shape of some sort, fabric, little leaves, acorns, not acorns, we're making an acorn, pine cones, bits and bobs, ribbon of choice. And I have one of these flocked eggs left from Easter that I didn't use. And so we're going to use it today. Just going to pull that ribbon out, add some hot glue to the top, and put in this floral stem. I happen to have a piece of brown floral stem sitting around. I didn't have any twigs. I could have went outside and got one. Nah, going to use what I got in the house because I like to, what I call, decontaminate my twigs when I get them out of the yard. I do a 50-50 solution of bleach and water, and I let them soak in there for 24 hours, and then I take them out, I rinse them off, and I set them out in the sun and let them dry for a couple of days before I bring them into the house because I don't know what's on them, and I don't want to bring anything outside inside. So I just used the floral stem. It was much easier. Hot glued that in the middle, and now I'm just going to take my fabric and I'm going to wrap it around this egg as best I can and cut off the excess that I don't need. And I just hot glued it as I wrapped it and pleated and pinched and pulled. However you can get your egg wrapped, that's what you do. And I'm going to take some of the nautical cord. I thought I would use the jute twine, but it was too thin. It was going to take forever to get this wrapped. We're doing the top of the acorn. So the nautical cord took up more space, was easier to use, and I didn't have to use quite as much. We're just going to keep wrapping. Wrap until you like what the top of your acorn looks like. Now that that's done, you could leave it this natural color because a lot of times that's the color you see on the top of the acorn. But I'm going to add a little bit of paint to mine. Going to add some brown. I put some black in it to darken it up a little bit. And then I'm just going to just dry brush it. I'm not going to do a whole lot. And then I'm going to go back in with my chiffon cream and add that to it. Just a little bit of dry brushing. And let it dry, and then start adding all your embellishments. Going to add my leaves on here. Going to add a few pine cones, some more of the fall colored berries, and a little bow. And this one is done and ready to be displayed. I'm going to stand mine straight up and down, but if you want to lean it to the side, you're going to have to do a counterweight at the bottom. You're going to have to put something on the bottom of it to let it lay sideways because it's top heavy. So it tends to lay more on the top than the bottom, and it just doesn't look right. You want it to lay at an angle. So you're going to have to weight the bottom of it where the fabric is in the back so that it lays sideways. But other than that, you could just stand it straight up and down and it will be fine. So you guys comment down below. Let me know which one is your favorite of the three that I'm bringing you today. You still haven't seen my favorite yet, but this one is cute and ready to be displayed. We are moving on to DIY number 3, the last one and my favorite of the video today. I'm going to be using some more of the jumbo craft sticks, some raffia, some smaller craft sticks, some greenery from my stash, some of the Dollar Tree pip berries, and I have some of the little birch wood pieces. They're cut in half, and I got these, I believe, either from Hobby Lobby or Walmart. We're just going to make a little rustic kind of pumpkin that looks like a crate, like a wood crate would look. So I'm just going to mark off my corners and cut those off. And the piece that I cut off, I'm going to keep that piece and use it to mark off the next piece. You want to cut the top and the bottom of the two outside jumbo craft sticks. The two in the middle, you're not going to cut at all. And I'm showing you different ways to get this cut. You could use your scissors, and they tend to splinter when you do that. And you can use your wire cutters. You just have to work it back and forth. Or you can use an X-Acto knife, whatever works best for you. I find that the X-Acto knife actually works the best, and then I trim it up a little bit with the wire cutters. You could sand it to smooth down your edges if you need to, but again, I just cut off the jagged edges with my wire cutters. So now that that's done, I am going to cut off the rounded edges of my smaller craft sticks, and I'm just eyeballing the spacing. I'm going to use 3 of those and hot glue those down to give me the look of a palette for this pumpkin. This one is my favorite because it's so simple and it's really, really cute. And you can write on the front whatever you want. Yes, we're doing some hand lettering. So eyeballing the spacing, adding the hot glue to each one of the craft sticks, and then placing down the smaller craft stick holds everything in place. And you get that crate kind of look. It also kind of reminds me of a sled, so I'll have to keep that in mind for Christmas. So now I'm just choosing which of the birch pieces I want to use for the top of the pumpkin. I'm going to be painting this with my either Waverly pumpkin or Hello Hobbies pumpkin. And it only took one coat. I also painted the craft stick that you can see between each one of the slats. Now I'm going to take my white paint marker and I'm just going to write the word fall, and it works out perfectly because I have 4 pieces and 4 letters. Now I'm just going to hot glue down my stem, and we're going to add some embellishment to the top of that. Some leaves, a bow, some of the pitberry. And this ribbon came from Dollar Tree, and it has the gold wire trim on it. I cut that off because I didn't like it. It was too brash. It was too bright. I just didn't like it. So I cut that off. I'm just going to tie some raffia around the top. Not going to make a bow. Just going to give it a quick tie and let those ends hang down. I'm going to take my jute cord, pinch my bow together in the middle and tie it off. Adding a little bit of hot glue to get the raffia to lay where I want it to. And here you see I've added my leaves, and I'm going to add some of the pitberry. I'm just wrapping it around a pencil so that I get that curly Q look. We're going to do 2 pieces of that. And then I'm just going to add my bow. Trimming up that raffia just a little. And then I'm going to take some tumbling tower blocks, add them to the back so that this one stands on its own, and it is done. How cute, quick, and easy were these 3 DIYs. Again, don't forget, comment down below. Let me know which one is your favorite of the 3. This one is definitely mine. And these are all 3 of the DIYs that I made for you guys today. I love how they came out really easy. I hope you guys recreate them. I hope you have as much fun making them as I did. Hopefully you've started on your fall. Matter of fact, not even your fall, you've gotten to your Halloween decor as well. I've not started that yet, but I'll have some videos for you. Just a few. As always, you guys, thank you for being here. I need you to be blessed. Stay safe. And until I see you in my next one, craft something beautiful today. Bye, guys.